Hey guys, I'm back again with another video, obviously. Um, talk about what's going on in the industry related. So, still debating what console we're going to get to here. So, anyway, let's get to it here. Now, I told my audience I wanted to get Series S, obviously. The only issue with it is the price. Because he did push it up as of recently due to the RAM shortages. Because of what Sony's going to do for us, their RAM shortages. So, might as well push theirs up because of that. But, I'm moving on to GameStop app right now. The only issue with Sony's ninth generation discless one is the price. Because I was watching King David's video yesterday, and he said Sony is stuck with cross gen for the rest of their days, and King David is not in line here in Diamante. Because if they were focused on the PS5 discless edition and disc ones with next gen only games, they would have all the next gen only games, but they don't. They don't have no revenue. They have them still closures. I'm looking on the GameStop app right now. Give me a second here. Um, it's gonna be hard to get a console for us in ninth generation, guys. It's gonna be tough because of these price hikes, you know. And anyways, so like King David said, has said no PlayStation 6. Because PS5 might be the last one for us to discless because all them stereo closures they phased out physical media as of a little bit over a month ago. I was when they made that announcement. So I told him on the PS4 was only that I can afford because I couldn't afford the next gen because of the RAM issue and price issues, as I told him on before. And if I did get it, Sony still has nothing. So I'm trying to see what PS5 remains and how much I need to save. Well, sir, I'm still debating between both consoles. I said I wanted to get both. Told my I wanted to get both, but I had to debate which one I had the backlog the most in. So this debate of me getting Series S repairs was based off what I have in the backlog, pretty much. So I'm on the GameStop app right now, and this Ghost of Yote one is $599 counting the warranty, so that's about $630 counting the warranty. Anyways, that's for the Ghost of Yote. I just put on the GameStop app on my phone, but either way, multitasking right now. But anyways, so they got the black model for the PS5 Disc Edition. Oh, that's the pre-owned model. Okay. I don't know which one to get used. Anyways, so I told Diamante too, Sony still has nothing. And not only that, that Wolverine game might be mid. Cause I saw gameplay for it, some gameplay for Foster shorts. Some of the boss fights look average. Foster ones that Wolverine was going to follow, the boss fights look average to me. Anyways, see. Anyways, based on what I'm seeing for the PS5 Slim Console Disc Edition, count the warranty. The warranty is $69.98 with free shipping and handling, and the total is 700. Oh man, mm, damn, it's tough, guys. As far as getting Nitro, it's tough because Sony pushed up theirs like 12 times. So, but That's going to take me a whole. That's just going to take me 2 years to save up for this. In fact, okay, I had to save up $730 counting the warranty. That the one I had the warranty included. So it's going to be tough, guys, as far as getting the 19 rich. Because I told him if I get Sony, it's my last. Because Sony don't got nothing. Microsoft still has all the gaming content on the 9th generation, and despite them potentially discontinuing the 9th generation, because this probably was the worst generation on Sony that I've ever seen. And then Wolverine might have been mid. The gameplay that I saw from a few days ago, because I saw my cousins. My cousin said it was peak for the gameplay. I said I beg to differ. I beg to differ. It don't look peak. You sure about that, John? Sure about that, John? It looks almost similar to Spider-Man 2. Almost when it comes to the game, but almost similar. It looks the same to me. I don't think the Wolverine game's gonna sell well, and it might be a possible flop, and so we can't afford no more flops. Anyways, hey 78123 with the super chat. What's up? What's up? Hey Albert, with the super chat. What's up? What's up? Anyways, so like I said, getting the 9th generation is gonna be tough, and the PS5 disc slim disc was $669 plus the warranty is $700. Oh man. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say to Sony on this deal all day. Yeah, I'm gonna be stuck with cross-gen for eternity because y'all 10th generation consoles still up in shambles, and it's up in the air because one the disc was PS6 is for anybody that's the enthusiast that's collecting it, for anybody that has the backlog count like myself, and anybody that has the backlogs but intended. And then that was not the beginning of Sony's demise. They pushed it to PlayStation Plus prices 12 times already, counting this year included and last year included. And they spun off twice. Last year, if you saw my video for that last month, when I showed you a bit 1 hour rant of why Sony spun off twice from last year in 2016, now you know why they spun off. Like I said, if I take out the warranty, it's only $650. Because Sony's warranty is expensive. Based on what I see in my cart on GameStop, pretty much. The warranty, if you take out the warranty, it's $650. But if you don't get the warranty, if you do get the warranty, it's $720 even. So I would have to save about $650, which is not going to be an easy task. I told him on this, won't be do. But only got it because I have everything. It's just I got to get the remaining cross-gen port as far as Black Ops 1 and 2 port, and ready for Overkill with Kyle Remix, cross-gen edition, and I guess at the Advanced Warfare, yeah, PS4 version of Advanced Warfare, that Ultimate Hardened edition. Because I do want to finish this one because Cyberpunk has aesthetics in that one, and the remaining songs that I have to buy, counting Crossbow, if that price can get lower. And Frontiers Part 1 and 2 is at about songs Frontiers 1, Part 2 from my cousin Brain. I got Forces and Many of my subscriptions. I had to re-access my subscriptions to so we should play Many and Forces. Digital Deluxe Edition. I had to get Crossworld, Frontiers Part 1 and 2, Superstars Part 1 and 2, Forces Part 2 separately, and Sonic Origins Plus the time comes on for my cousin so we should find out all of those. Nor her plans have been one puzzle game. Well, her first set of trophies in the Dual Quest 2 and 3, but her first point was in that getting that also point out was Blast Frenzy. Her second point came in Song Shelter, so she already has 2 platinums. By the time she gets to the remaining songs, she'll be already level. My cousin Brie be already level 200 and something, close to level 230. But I would catch Joe and trophies by then. So, I would have to save up $650 if I don't get the one for the pay. That would be a regret. So I had to say it was $650 for the PS5 disc. So that's what it's saying based off the cart when I got it in my car currently. Because the warranty is almost 70. It's $70. I said, don't get the warranty. Thinking about it, but I said, don't need it. If my PS4 lasted this long without the warranty, and I got that with free shipping off of eBay, and I got that. I was trying to get that PS4 open box, or really brand new, but most of the open box PS4s were sold out for us to open box, so I had no choice but to get it pre-owned. But PS4 lasted a great deal because I was able to put a actual design on it. Obviously, that thing I showed you in the background, that football um, um, sticker, obviously, I put on my console pretty much. Cause I told my I wanted to get Series S, but it's gonna be tough. Cause like I said, Microsoft might discontinue the ninth generation because they already discontinued their Galaxy 2 TB Xbox Series X. They already discontinued their Galaxy 2 TB Xbox Series X Galaxy console, or discontinued it, and already discontinued the Series X with the disk drive. So, um, yes, ma'am. Guys, be right back. Give me a second. Oh, guys, give me a second. Coming right back. All right. Anyways, so I had to save up $650 for the disc for PS5. So it's not my preferred platform because it's not the best console game. The Series S is, but I still have cloud or probably go to PC. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to get that too, obviously. But with the RAM storage is pushing up those prices, it's going to be tough to get a game in PC, especially one I was looking at a while ago on one of the vendors I was looking at, obviously. So. Yeah, they all I got the RAM phone, that's whoop-de-doo, but you know Sony still's good because I love Sony's games. I can't say I don't. I just don't like their regime. I don't trust their regime still. I'm still on Sony's side to some degree, but not completely still. Until the regime changes. Yeah, they all they're gonna pass on this edition, whoop-de-doo, but I'd say about 650. That's gonna take me 2 years to save up for that. Almost 2 years. Because by then, the physical media is already dead by then. So I told my honest I wanted to get Series S, but because they're about to discontinue the ninth generation soon, after this 25th anniversary is up, they're going to discontinue the ninth generation. They're going to focus on the 10th generation, which I already noticed. So they're going to sell the ninth generation console at a loss. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. So I had to save $650 for that PS5 Slim Discless edition. God damn, that's a lot of money to save up. God damn. You know, so I told some of my friends on the Xbox I wanted to get Series S, but because of the RAM shortage, I know they're going to probably push it up again. I hope not, but I think they're probably going to push it up again. And when they're going to discontinue the Series S and X discos, and they're going to discontinue them. They're still going to sell them on the vendors, but they're going to probably discontinue because the next generation is almost over. Because we're at the halfway point of this year. So, and football season's around the corner, NBA season around the corner, NHL season around the corner, MLB postseason around the corner. So yeah, they're going to end the next generation, so they're going to discontinue it. As far as Microsoft now, Sony, it's a possibility they could discontinue their console. Yeah, Monte, I'm letting them know this now because they'll only focus on that one because the PS6 is discless, and like me and Kendra has said, no PlayStation 6. But I'm running up on these chumps here, Monte, because someone got nothing. So you got your wish. I got to save $650 for the PS5. I was thinking about getting Series S, but because they pushed up the prices so much, if it wasn't so much, I probably would have got that one. The warranty, what that warranty, I think was $50 when I had it in the car. Obviously, I just took it out of my car right now. So, as far as you can still play me on cloud on Black Ops 6, pretty much. But my Game Pass on is about to expire this month because I ain't going to keep the money for next month. But it come off this month because my aunt has come in for my phone bill. I'm literally broke. at the spending what I expect from this month, and I'm really broke. I really have nothing. So literally nothing. So my aunt had to come in for my phone bill and toiletries just for that next month only, and my toiletries only just for next month only. Until I won't see nothing until my money. I won't see my money until October. So 'cause I told him if I get the PS5 this year, it's my last. It's my final, so make it count. I love Sony's. Like I told him, I love Sony game. Not doubting their games, certain games, anyway, certain still. It's just, I hate their regime. The Cosmo was still going on there, on there, whether you want to admit that or not. So, um, what's that? Hold on my phone. But anyways, so yeah, now on I said, finally go. He returns. It's been a long time there all day. But always when I got that console, I got it at a loss. You know, I got it new through GameStop. I got it at a loss, but it's gonna take me 2 years to save up for it. At least 2 years. It's not exactly 2 years, close to it. Because physical me is gone at 2028, so I really have every game pretty much in my subscription service and the ones I bought from this year. I just had to continue to buy them easy platinum games. I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna if I'm gonna get any more platinums than Sony going forward because they revamped their store multiple times. So I had to save us $650 for PS5. So I made my decision. I told my aunt at first and uncle I wanted to get started because they had all the content, but the issue is the price of their console because they were selling the lost cause software. Still, even them price hiccups. So it was a difficult decision because if I got Series, I had to, in the games that were not part of my subscription on Series, I had to buy those games all over again. Counting the ones for 2K that I was obviously playing, ones for Warner Bros. I was obviously playing, pun intended. So I might get PS5 this year, but I told y'all I'm still on Sony's side, but that's only 3070 because I love their games, but I hate their regime. Love Microsoft's games, but how can I say it for Microsoft per se? That if they wasn't in the hole they was from 2 years ago, I would love them more. I still love Microsoft. I still love Microsoft. I still use the Outlook app and files the emails and et cetera, et cetera. Just that Sony is not telling me my preferred plan. Only why I get it, like I said, despite that price being expensive, I had to save about 650. It's gonna take me 2 years. So when I start saving up for it in October, not gonna be an easy task, deal, man. So you got your wish, whoop de do. But also some other news relating to Tekken 8. I told them that was the only game they had that was quality, as far as the multiplayer and live service, pretty much. Um, the person, Diamante from Mr. Arata's team on Tekken 8, he will have to join SNK, bub. He joined the left SNK with Mr. Harada. This is big news, not truly big news, but it is news, obviously. Mr. Harada left. As I already told you that a while ago, but one of his co-workers is joining him in Team SNK for a Virtual Fighter 6. So just to let you know, if I do get that game Tekken 8 on sale, obviously Tekken 9 probably will be it's going to probably be the last one. Because now that Mr. Arata's co-worker is working with Virtual Fighter and then other SNK games, Tekken might be in trouble too, but Diamante. Not that you're greatest in Tekken. I told you he was already established in Tekken, so just like I was in 6 and 7. Sort of. If I was out there with you rank wise, but um, which co-worker, Mr. Rod co-worker, is joining SNK. As of today, I found out this news earlier today from one of my sources, Mike Hollow, as of today, that Mr. Rod's co-worker from Tekken 8 left the go with Mr. Rod to join SNK, so Tekken 9 probably will be the last one. And potentially Soul Calibur 7 probably will be the last two we see for Bandai because Bandai has been greedy. As I told you, Bandai has been greedy. Corporate greedy on the end as a company because of them focusing, instead of focusing on the games, they focus on the anime they based off the games, and they focus on the anime they were based off the manga. So, gonna have to get PS5. It's not my preferred plan, but it's a forced issue because I have everything. If I had got Series S, yes. If I had got that one, That's why I wanted to get both. I told my aunts I wanted to get both. If I had got both, I would have really buy those games all over again. But I could still rely on cloud. Just I won't be able to pay for my Game Pass Ultimate for next month because my aunt has to use my money for the moving process. So she had to cover me for my phone bill and my tour just for next month only. Just for next month. I'm almost out of body wash as of now. I'm still good on vitamins, so it ain't the issue. I normally get 3 bottles of body wash, but anyways, so I always with my aunt. At least we had to cover me for body wash and just for my phone bill, just for this month only. She had to use her card to help me cover for it. But anyways, because she's most of my money, that money for the moving process. But anyways, I can live with that. So you can still rely on me on cloud, but yeah, the amount of got the best one, but Sony's still screwed. I love, like I said, I don't not saying I love the game. I love their games, but I hate the regime. The regime's done nothing but lie to y'all this whole generation, especially Rocky Suzuki and Herman Hulse and that went to Silvo that still works there. But for the game, I hate their regime. I hate their regime. I hate them because they're not doing good in terms of the game. And then all the steals are shut down. Most of the steals are shut down anyway, as I told them on before. So yeah, I'll get PS5, but it's my last. It's my final. And the only reason I got that one discless that way John and Misha didn't have to buy it. It's gonna take me 2 years to buy to save up for this starting in October when I start setting up for it. So yeah, you got your ones done on the best one doesn't follow you returns. You don't know how bad I wanted Series S though, because they had all the content. Lucky for you, if I didn't obviously had Ultimate Game Pass Ultimate, I'd have been screwed for I'd have been screwed for buying certain games and certain games I would have had to buy, pun intended. So um like I said, like I said, it was 650 smackaroos for PS5 and always I got it so with John Reese didn't have to get it. And I have an arcade stick that works for Tekken and Capcom anyway. I still might get another one, a leverless arcade stick or leverless turbo pad, fighting game turbo pad for Tekken and Capcom. I do want to beat Henny's ass so bad. Somebody's gonna have to make him learn. Well, he plays him one or not, which he doesn't anyway. So, um, so, um, so, anyway, so yeah, I'll get PS5 this, but I told him this is my last. And always like, I got it, so my uncle aunt didn't have to get it. They had to say it was 650 smackaroos. I can't get the warranty because the warranty is they charge almost $80 for the warranty, 70 even. I said, no, I don't get the warranty. Don't get that. But I'm still getting the console new off of GameStop. So yeah, you got your wisdom on it. Got PS5 doesn't whoop-de-doo. Either way. Sony still got nothing. I have everything. I have every game from every studio, including the studios that Sony used to own before Microsoft took them over. I know the Microsoft thought you wasn't going to build I thought you were part of the console wars going. Well, I'm still part of the problem, yes. Now, I've been buying every game, every easy platinum game, yes, but it's going to be hard to do that now because Sony revamped their store. The Amante, pun intended. So they revamped the store twice because they moved most of those easy platinum games back in May and June and July. So they revamped the store almost 3 times. About 3 times, almost 4 times, almost 3 times to the exact. So, getting PS5 doesn't won't be good, but don't expect this to be a true comeback, which it is. Been doing this for years, then, all day, pun intended. So, got sale $650. That's going to take me to, which is fine. I can wait that long to save up for it because I got most of. I told her to start saving up for it, so I'll have a head start to save up for it anyway. So, I'll get the PS5, but I only got it because my uncle John Reese didn't have to get it. And if they only got it because that was because of luxury. I got it because I have everything. And my cousin Joe wished to have far as every game from every studio. Couldn't still that Sony used to have before they lost all them studios and all them studio closures. Like I told him, I love their games for Sony. Far as across, some of the new ones, far as the next gen. but I hate the regime still. I told them I'm still now on Sony side regardless if I get this PS5 this edition or not, which I am. That's you heard me saying about might as well get it. I mean, get it so that John Mason don't have to get it, so it makes sense. So finally he returns, but Sony don't got nothing still. Not every cost-gen game, mostly every cost-gen game. There's some they give me the free upgrades for, or a few of the games they already gave me free upgrade for Borderlands 3, Mortal Kombat 11, I think. They gave me a free upgrade for that game for the PS5 version. I think it was Borderlands 3 that since I already had the standard edition, they gave me all those add-ons separately free, or DLCs free. That game was a free upgrade, and they gave me Horizon Part 1 and 2, or no, Horizon Part 1 as a free upgrade, so it was only 4 games to give me free upgrades for. So far, for right now, until they give me some more of that and more comment on it, until they give me some more, obviously. That was probably the Boys Historic game I got the point when they give me a PS5 upgrade for that. Boys Historic, that point of was reading articles. So, um, yeah, you got to watch them all there. PS5 does come my way, but it's going to take me 2 years to save up for it. Literally 2 years. When I start saving up for it in October, that's when I start saving up again. So, Physical Me is already still dead by then. By 2020, I had the distance console. But it took me 10 years to get into the ninth generation, almost 10 years. It actually took me only 7 because of console coming out in 20, but it took me almost a decade to get back into the ninth generation. I told them if I had to come into the ninth generation on Sony, I had to ruin the industry, which I did, and roll the industry, which I did. So I'm still part of the problem, but Sony doesn't have nothing. Love the games, hate their regime. But I love Microsoft, love their games, because I wish our current regime for Microsoft could have done better. Our previous regime could have done better with the regime then. Our new regime's getting it done on Microsoft's end. They might could not tell me otherwise on that. They has Sean got all 3 of her degrees in business, pun intended. So yeah, I told my Uncle John about that too. So either way, so getting PS5 this edition day, man. Whoop de doo, whoop de doo. No, Sony's still screwed. I got every cost-gen game. Or get at the box the remaining Sonic ports, Superstars Part 1 and 2, Frontiers Part 1 and 2, or Part 1 first and then 2, whenever that comes, that's next year though. And Superstars Part 1 and 2, Forces Part 2, that game was already leaked out for that one. Forces Part 2 Digital Deluxe Edition 6 years later. Superstars Part 1 and 2, Crossworlds. And I really have every Sonic, I have all the Sonic ports. I got all 3 Shimus. So I'm waiting for the 3 Enhanced to come out soon. Mostly that's the Play Anywhere title. That's probably part of the Game Pass eventually, 3 Enhanced. Years later, and once Shimu 4, 5, and 6 comes out, I'll definitely buy those 2. But those are technically not owned by Sony. Obviously, they're owned by Sega Atlas, and Microsoft owns some of that sort of as the Shimu games, sort of. So I told them, I'm gonna be on this edition, won't do, but Sony's still screwed. I love the games, hate the regime. I love Microsoft's games. I just hate our it's not to say I love the regime. I love the regime. I actually hate them to some degree. They could have done the previous regime could have did better. But our current regime, I still love them because they're getting it done here. They're doing what they need to do to keep Microsoft afloat. So, getting started. This is a long rant. It's gonna be another long rant, gaming industry, right? But yeah, I'm gonna get started. PS5 disc, but I only got it so with John Mason didn't have to get it. There you go. Now, everything. Joe's gonna hate the fact I have both consoles, PS4 and PS5. All my cloud saves carry over. The ones that I did pay for and I had pushed carry over. I had all my cloud saves all the games the house he finished. More than half my backlog is empty for all the games the house he finished. I got the 100%. Backlog is third of it. I can't say all of it, but more than half of it's empty. For all the ones I obviously completed and got the 100% included. So, I got PS5 this one. What you doing? If I get Tekken 9 was his last anyway, because Mr. Harada's co-worker went to work with SNK with Mr. Harada as of today. So Tekken 9 and Soul Calibur 7 are the last ones, from what I heard, based off the rumor. It's just a rumor right now. Take with a huge grain of salt. Tekken 9 is the last one, confirmed one based off me seeing those pictures on Amazon. Fellows ago, Tekken 9 is the last one. And most likely Soul Calibur 7, when that comes, that'll be the last one, because Ace Combat Skies Unknown Part 8 came out last month. That game, that simulation and airplane game came out last. I think I did Part 8 for that one. I think Part 9 for Ace Combat Skies Unknown, that'll be the last one. For that one, I had to Part 9. It's gotten that far. I think it starts at the 9. So we're taking 9. starts at the Tekken 8, starts at the Tekken 9. And same with Soul Calibur, it starts at the Soul Calibur 7. And maybe a part 8, maybe. I'm not saying it will happen, but maybe with a part 8, maybe. And that's it. Games are peaking out because Sony's still lacking revenue. So, you got the PS5, you got your wish list. The only reason I got that, so I'm going on to that to get it. And Joe's going to hit me more for that anyway because I got it discless. I have every digital game from every studios that Sony used to own before all them studios shut down. So, I know Demon's going to say, I thought you wasn't getting the PS5. This was this. I said, if the price was lower, I would have got it like maybe 6. The only reason I didn't get it 6 years ago, because not because of the price, it wasn't an issue then until now it is. But always I didn't get it under my family would have pawned it. My mom would have pawned it if I had it in my repertoire or collection. So always I didn't get it 6 years ago. Otherwise I would have already had it by now. I would have been a veteran for Sony either way because 30th anniversary just went by 2 years ago. So. Yeah, I got the PS5. That's what I don't know what to do. Not that many kids had to buy other than Sonic Force and Advanced Warfare, and the remaining rotten games for 6 Nova, 4 Overkill Color Remix, Overkill Color Remix Remake, and 3 Color Remix Remake. If I decided to put this in a trilogy story, it's not like Part 4. Part 4 plays like Part 5 follows the story, plays like Part 5 follows the story. 4, I might get 3. I don't know if I was rating 3. The trilogy is a great game. Just that it don't play like 4 and 5 follows the storyline. Keep you busy when it comes in out the enemies and the bosses. So I just get 4 and this 6 Nova. Part 6 Nova, whenever that goes on. So those only remaining rides I had to finish the 2 and 3, obviously. Hey, Arch, brother, don't give up. Keep trying. One day you'll succeed. Thanks, Arch. Super chat. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Because it's been a journey for us game. I finished all my PS4 games. It couldn't be easy part. I just had to finish St. Patrick's Run, and then it was one of the PS5. This was edition games I had to finish, and that's Independence Run, and the whole run saga is really complete. I really the whole saga, including Independence Run, and the whole S Mobile Studios. And the only game I had to buy Spriggs Part 1 for that one for the S Mobile saga. And then I had to buy the remaining Sonic ports, Sonic Colors Ultimate for bringing pun intended, and Sonic Forces Part 1. I already got that to my screen in Mania. I already got those. I had to buy Origin Plus, Ultimate Frontiers Part 1 and 2, Superstars Part 1 and 2, Forces Spiritual Elections Part 2 years later. And I got Sonic Shelter, and my cousin we already got the button in there already. And I had to buy Sonic Origins button that was breaking all the buttons in Sonic. And they gave us a play anywhere, so that's cross gen. So she'd be able to point them out. So that's a double stack, for that's a double stack. So she had to point out the PS5 version of the series. Now, the point out PS5 series of Sonic and Shadow, she had to point out that's peak Sonic if she gets that point. That's a double stack. She's pointing it out twice on my once on my PS4. So once I get the remaining Sonic ports for Brave Pun intended, there'll be all the points will be double stack because I got the cross gen ones. So I told I'm getting the PS5 this edition, but it's gonna take me a minute to say it. I had to start saying it for starting in October. It's gonna take a minute, man. Because the price hike of what Sony's done to themselves. I'm not giving you smoke for not buying your games because you have been buying your games. Unlike my cousin who hasn't been buying, you have been buying yours. So I give you a lot of credit. Just that I gave you smoke because you didn't defend. You kept defending Sony for what they've done, and they kept defending what they were doing because what they were doing was not right, and Cope agreed on the end. But that was the reason I was giving them the smoke on that. So just for that only, because he has been buying his games. Probably could put it more than a third of them to say he has all that unearned trophies, and that's not good. Either way, when I showed his PSN profile, it wasn't good for us. He has a lot of trophies. While LeBron, the issue though, all his unearned is horrid. Like I said, as you saw him on trophy road, that too is which comes horrid. So we are no Wolverine is mid. So long rant, almost 40 minutes. Keep the rant going. I guess how this one. But anyways, so yeah, I'll get the PS5 this week, but that's my last. It's my last. I told you, I was saying it to myself even when I was going about 6 going, it had to be my last. The story don't got nothing. I know a lot of people gonna call me a fanboy for wrong in the industry and all the industry, but I told them Sony don't got nothing. Marcel has all the gaming content, bub. And Golf with Friends too, that's on Game Pass. I don't have to pay for that. I had to buy that game. Yes, I had to buy Vampire Crawlers. It was another game I was playing on Ultimate Game Pass, so that was playing on Ultimate. And I was enjoying the hell out of it, pun intended. I had to buy that on PS5. That's next gen only game. for right now at least, unless they make a cross gen, which I don't be surprised if they do that. But anyways, and I had to buy Ultra Friends too, but Game Pass Ultimate, I had to pay for Ultra Friends too. But I had to buy it again on PS5 digital, so it was that double dip. What else is there? What else is there? I told a lot of people too, Wolverine didn't do good. That when I saw the gameplay for it, the bosses for it, everybody said this game is peaking. I said, no, the hell it's not. No, the hell it's not. It's not. Not having that right now. For us, what Sony's doing with Wolverine right now. Because Wolverine deserves all the smoke. That game might be a flop, and Sony can't afford no more flops. Like I said, so yeah, I get the PS5 digital edition there on it, but it's gonna take me 2 years to save up for it. At least close to 2 years when I start saving up for it in October. So I got it off of GameStop. Triumphant return, but not truly triumphant because I ruined the game industry and rule it still. Because I don't like the regime. I love the games, don't like the regime still. 40, 60, like I said, 37, 46 falls to the regime. I hate the regime. Hate Sony's regime because they're not done good here. And trust me, when they walks into that current new regime for Sony, they walk into a mess that Sony obviously messed up with because they lost all that money, left all that money on the table to the point that it's going to take them decades for them to get all that money back, especially all the studio costs that they had. And it's going to take them a decade just to even get all their studios reopened or any new studios obviously open because all the money they left on the table. And then Bungie, the biggest game, the final game in history, followed by Concord, two of the biggest game, final game in history, and then all Bethesda and Activision called it in. Plus, the call it is for Bethesda and Activision, and also all the Evil Within and all the other Bethesda games from Microsoft. I told them if I was going to come back to Sony, I had to ruin and roll the industry, which I did. I'm still part of the problem because I got all my games digitally. I've been all digital since 2021 anyway. So yeah, I get the PS5 digital, but it's going to take me 2 years to save up for it. So big. What is? I'll have it, but by the time middle of 2020 starts, I already have series PS5 digital by then. Physical media is dead to me now. For sure, I haven't bought a physical. I told him I had bought a physical media game since 2021 and 2018. That was the last time I actually had physical media. But anyways, so and I told a lot of people Wolverine it's not doing good in terms of that gameplay. Will it sell well? We'll have to wait and see. But I know a lot of people are going to buy it just for the. I'll explain why the game's not going to sell well. Because just for the casuals, it's not for the hardcore. It's for the hardcore if anybody wants to go for 100% in Wolverine. It's made for the casuals. Because time skip if I know about this. So yeah, I got the PS5 discs. What they do. It's going to take me 2 years to save up for it. But then physical media on Sony's is already dead. And the PS6 is already discless. I told them I wasn't getting that one. Not because it wasn't discless, no. Because they didn't have no true quality games and they're lacking for their first parties, unintended still. And they're running on all money has sort of some of the new gen games and some of the money has still just to get over. And it's not working on Sony then, but I gave Diamante a lot of credit for buying his games. I gave Diamante no credit for not even selling the smoke. Because well deserved. Game industry is changing. I ruined it on y'all end. Somebody so ruined all that play anywhere strategy. So yeah, I get PS5 this edition, but it's my last. It's my final. Because we don't see a PS6 coming out. Even though it's discless, like I told them all, it's discless, so I don't got nothing. And Wolverine is not peak. Don't give me that shit either, Joe, pun intended. You sure about that game being peak? It's not. It looks almost like Spider-Man 2, but and that's not gonna win Game of the Year, guaranteed. Even if it is your game of the Year contender, it's not gonna win it to me. And neither Spider-Man 2 either, it didn't win 3 years ago anyway, so it's what it is. Wolverine's not peak. Everybody's saying that because they're casual. That's the only reason why they're saying that, because they're not hardcore. They're try-hard gamers. Try harder gamers know EDR. Because if you saw my cousin's profile on PSN, which I showed you in my PSN profiles on trophy videos a while ago, a little bit over a month ago, his completion percentage is terrible. As you saw, 22%. He's still very casual and niche. As you saw his completion percentage, which you already saw, I showed John in that video that his completion percentage is terrible. Yeah, he's ahead of John in trophy, but it don't matter. Completion percentage is low. Your completion is lower than John's. John's is at 31%, which makes him an average gamer at best. Even him being hardcore on Sony, but you was at 20 years so very casual niche and that's on you for not buying your games. And then you didn't buy this year's football game, pun intended, it came out 2 weeks ago. On Game Pass only, it was Shadow Drop. And also it came Sony, but it didn't come out on Sony until like 2 Mondays ago, which was a little bit over last week, but obviously. So I'm still getting PS5 Digital Edition, but I told them Sony's still dead to me. I love their games. Like I said, I love their games, but I don't trust their regime. So, let's check them out. Yes. All right. I love their games, but I don't trust their regime. Love Microsoft games, trust their regime because the regime's getting it done here. I don't trust Sony's regime. I don't. I told them on this multiple times, even in this bill, because I don't trust their regime. They've done nothing but fail this whole generation. It's a fail. I told them the next generation failed on this end, regardless. Even if I get the PS5 Digital Edition, I only got it because that way John Winston didn't have to get it. I have everything false games. I brought every game, and I've been all digital since 2021 anyway. Yeah, I told him I'm part of the problem, as he would say, I'm part of the problem, but Sony don't got nothing still. So, because all their stills, most of half the stills are gone, and some of the stills are on completing platform Microsoft after they borrowed those licenses, and then most of the stills on Sony because all them shutdowns and layoffs they had. So, I told him I'm getting PS5. It's my last. It's definitely my last because PS6 is not coming out anytime soon. I'm gonna be stuck on cross gen until 2030. If and when that PS6 comes out by the time frame. Otherwise, PC and cloud's the future on Microsoft as far as their console is concerned, consoles is concerned. Sony don't got nothing. Joseph and Diamante and Wolverine. I don't know. I'm sure Diamante gave some Wolverine some credit, so I give him some credit to Diamante giving Wolverine some credit because it looks mid. I'm sure he'll say that at least. He probably said, not my game. Not saying I'm a hero or anti-hero. I'm sure they'll say, But I know my cousin's gonna say because he's a casual. And that's basically what he is. And he needs to try hard, game and try harder. That's basically what he is to me. Most people that looked at Wolverine falls again, but falls the boss fight did not pan out. You sure that game? You sure about that, son? You sure about that, Joe? Sure about that, son? Because the game is not peak. It's not. And I know this. That game will flop, and I know it. And that was Sony's last game on disc. Sony's last game on disc too. One of them, that and Venom, and Spider-Man 3, when that comes out. Those were the last 3-minute games on disc, and Sony's in trouble by then. Because they stopped doing rakes. Regardless. So I told you, I'm getting the PS5 disc, but that's my last. I told you, it's going to be my last, because Sony don't got nothing for the 10th generation. Even when Tekken 9 comes out for Nintendo, Sony don't got nothing. Either way. So I told him we can have this talk, but we know it's going to get heated because you didn't get Sony no smoke for what they done to themselves. You're probably going to blame Microsoft for this. And I said, Bob, you can't blame Microsoft for what they done. All they done is really ruin the industry on Sony. They just gave y'all a huge reality check. Because Microsoft's 10th generation console gives you all the disc-to-digital choice. Unlike Sony, they're going all digital. And more than half my friends, count myself, once I do get this PS5 disc, have the console disc, but got both consoles discs, counting Microsoft and Sony. I can defend that. Diamante cannot defend that. As far as them buying the console sales, because I bet half of those 93.7 million console sales were either discless, or they bought both discs coming from Microsoft and Sony. The rest of them are disc, because casual hardcores that don't think physical media is gone, and it is. It's already dead and above, bro. I told Joe this. Told him on that too. We're in the all digital era, we're in the cyberpunk era, we're in the AI and far as the sports era. We're in this new sports era because all of all the sports that I watch, all my favorite sports that I grew up on, they're all on Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, Netflix. So for them, I'll be bashing Netflix because the NFL's on Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, Paramount Plus, CBS Sports. Football was always on CBS Sports. It was always was. Just that they had to add it to it. Yeah, coming. Hold up, guys. Be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Give me a second. All right. Anyways, that's what I was saying. Just had to get my something obviously. But anyways, so like I was saying about the NFL, obviously, NFL's always been on CBS Sports and ABC Sports and NBC and ESPN, but now everybody has a subscription service. The NFL is on Amazon Prime Video now. Yahoo Sports. It's been on Yahoo Sports for I think we'll be over a decade, close to a decade. So, but NFL is on Amazon Prime Video. That's on Netflix. As of I saw a video for that too earlier today, this afternoon, that NFL is going to be on Netflix and on Amazon Prime Video, which was already on Amazon Prime Video because it's included in your subscription service if you want to watch the games, pun intended. And also, the NFL was part of Yahoo Sports, Amazon Prime Video, Netflix, and all other sports channels that show the football games, counting ABC, NBC, Fox. What those are the usual channels the NFL games on. Now they added the Netflix. I told them I'm going to be bashing Netflix because the NFL's on Netflix, and just like the WWE is. So the WWE, NFL joins WWE to be on Netflix now. And most of the WWE might be on Amazon Prime Video. So I told them, so if you bash your subscription service, because you can't bash them if you ain't paying for them all the way I've been paying for them every month. Not saying I don't have Netflix, no. But if I did have Netflix, I would pay for it to watch the sports though. Especially the events, the actual sports that I grew up on. If I had I can't afford Netflix. I don't know how much they charge for the yearly or monthly subscription, but we'll see. So I don't know how much, but if I had it, it would have been more expensive to pay for. So for the amount of bashing Netflix and Joe bashing Netflix. Joe bashing because the NFL is on Netflix now. It was on Amazon Prime Video at first, and now it's on Amazon Prime Video, Netflix, and all other channels they just show them on Paramount Plus, ABC, NBC, Fox, ESPN, the usual channels they show the NFL games on. So they show them on all subscription services. This is the era we're in right now. I told you about in the AI era, in the cyberpunk era, the AI era, say what they're saying, which is when the new sports era falls, resetting the Michael Jordans of golf and me and John here. Tim was Jill wants to keep bashing me on that. LeBron's not to go here. Don't want to hear that from Jill. And he's mad at me right now because LeBron's not with the Lakers no more. And he has to face his former team this upcoming season during Christmas Day and during the regular season, but intended. With Jill and Patrick on that. Anyways. So, on video, guys. Just talking about my usual topics. Well, I talked about the game industry, most of that, but this is sports related. So, yeah, all sports are going to be on all subscription services. Always why my uncle hasn't watched WWE like that. Oh, he's been watching WWE, just they had to watch from a distance because WWE's on Netflix. And I don't know if my uncle still has Netflix, obviously. I could be wrong. He might still have it. And it's on ESPN as well because WWE agreed to ESPN to put WWE on ESPN now. So it's not that he want to watch it. They charge too much for their subscription service for ESPN, which he's not lying. John's not lying about that there. Either way. Just wanted to talk about my David Tyler's gaming industry, but I told him, I'm getting the PS5 Deluxe Edition, but Sony still has nothing. I love the games, I hate the regime. So I love Microsoft's games, but I love and hate the period. It's a little bit of those 50-50. I love our new regime as of now. That's 100%. Well, no 90-10 involved in it, obviously. I love and hate the previous regime. I love and hate the previous regime. But Sony, I really hate that. That's 30-70. That's a lot of hate and envy because they've been doing nothing but lying to y'all this whole generation. So, anyways, I told them I'm getting the PS5 Deluxe Edition, but it's my last, it's my final, because I don't got nothing. Because I said that's not true, so it is true, because where all the studios at then all day, all the studios are gone, and all the money they lost, it's going to take years to recoup all that money. Years to recoup all that money. It's going to take them years to recoup all that money, man. Especially when they had all the studio closures. If you been watching my videos while you've been playing, so they don't got nothing still. But in Tekken 8 and Tekken 9, it might be the last one. And that's going to be cross-gen now as far as the last Tekken and Soul Calibur. That's going to be cross-gen now, officially. Because Sony they need the money to make it, and they're trying to move their games over PC, and they can't afford to do that. Because if you saw my our video, it was in my audience, most of the people still play on PC still. And the PlayStation games are still on PC still. So some people say the games are not moved for PC. They're still there. Because Steam is the reason why those games are on PlayStation still. Otherwise, if there wasn't no Steam, them PlayStation games would not be on PC, but they still are. So much for them always trying to bash PC and no, they might not has a PC himself. So anyway, so much for bashing it. So I got the PS5 Deluxe Edition on it, but like I said, it took me 2 years to save up for this. So when I start saving up for it this year, obviously. So when I get it, it's my last. Sony don't got nothing. So count your comeback and count your blessings on that because Sony don't got nothing. I still love Microsoft. I'm still a bot either way. I had to run and roll the industry. and I'm part of the problem, like I said, either way. And I know about what's going on with Sony because even my homeboy Sean Fisher, shout out to him as well, been giving Sony, so pun intended, like I said. So, yeah, I got the PS5, but the only reason I got the discless one because one physical media is dead, and I've been all digital since 2021. And I got the console. Obviously, tell John Lisa didn't have to buy it for themselves. If they did get it, that was by choice, but I got mine because I wanted it. I had to save up for it. I had to really hustle for it. So, got the PS5 discless edition coming my way. So, but I told them, Sony's still screwed because they had to make all that money back, and that ain't gonna be easy, bro. All the steals are gone. More than half the steals are on Microsoft until they bought those licenses. And I told you they bought the licenses. Sony was screwed. And they had hella layoffs on Sony's end, man. So much it wasn't even funny. And I'm sure Devon is crickets. I'm sure he's mad at me right now as a friend right now. He can be mad. I understand it. I don't understand, but I do. Okay, Nerve, I understand, but I don't understand it. Because Sony don't got nothing. And then they ruined y'all for us Bungie. Bungie's in shambles. And now they might even make a Destiny 3 or Destiny 4. I saw the petition for that too. The petition that backfired. And then Sony Blackout is next week. This week? No. Yeah, next week. That Sony Blackout is next week. Either way, so we'll see how many people are going to be part of that petition, and I highly doubt it's going to be, if any, I highly doubt it's going to be that many people because they need 1 million to make that blackout go through, or that blackout's going to backfire. And it ends on one of my favorite WNBA stars, personality birthday, it ends on Brandon Stewart's birthday, August 31st. That's when it ends. That's when Gamescom starts, too, just to let you know. So, and that blackout will be done by then, so Sony doesn't have nothing. That's if they get people to do that blackout. But anyways, so either way. Like I said, as I was saying, too, I just want to continue to talk about the NFL, obviously, because NFL season is coming up. Cannot wait for that. But all NFL games, all sports industries, for all the sports out in the amount they grew up on in jail, so-called, grew up on, all on subscription services now going forward. It's there when we're not in the careers there no more when subscription services were not a thing then until now. So, but okay, guys. Another video coming up shortly. Long rant, yeah. So give me my PSNs, Explorer 2, Move Sound 00, Super Nintendo 64, passes, and that's all for my PSNs on PS4 pretty much and PS5 doesn't. So this is official now. I got to get PS5. This is official now because the age generation has been done for almost 4 months now because the age generation ended on April 7th. I think so. So notify me on PS5 edition. That's Moon Sound 00, Explorer 2, Super Nintendo 64, and Tasses, and those are all for my PS. So you can find me and add me on those. Notify me on Xbox Cloud Gaming. That's Hutch Xbox, Diligent 11, 5808 as well. That's if I want to play on PC. I do want to play on PC. It's going to be tougher now because of the RAM issues. But anyways, give me my Instagrams. That's Hutch of Konami on Instagram and Hakadzo my merch matter on Instagram. So you notify me on that too. Pun intended. Notify me on TikTok. That's Women Queen 3. Notify me on what you call 'em, obviously on YouTube. That's Savage Hutch 1, KBH Podcast, Unique Hutch, and News Frontiers 2. Just subscribe. You'll notice me. You hear my voice on my on KBH Podcast, so you'll know it's me. So you can find me on 4 of my YouTubes. The 2 of my 4 YouTubes have most of my audience on and most of my content made on with different pictures on it. Especially on Savage Hutch, all my content was on that one for Henny's Dungeon giving those copyright strikes with what I had to resurrect that account. It was still there. I had to resurrect it, obviously. It didn't need to be used, so I had to unfollow most of my older source of content creators, which I did. Still got most of my audience on that one. So ever since I made this channel for KBH Podcast and came with this thing, that's my Uncle John, pretty much. I've been using the Dreams Time AR art podcast pictures ever since, and other podcasts, AR art pictures from Dreams Time. I think I cut out most of them for all the topics over the Cyberpunk ones, I think. But either way, notify me on TikTok, that's Women Queen 3. Notify me on IG. That's Hutchikanami and Couch on my merge meta on IG. Notify me on TikTok. That's Women Queen 3. Notify me on Twitch. Cyber11, Royalty Hutch. These Frontiers 12 and Raven Kill for my Twitches. And notify me on for my YouTube. That's KBH Podcast. Um, Savage Hutch 1, Unique Hutch, and these Frontiers. That's all for my YouTube channels. But my News Frontiers 2 one has all my sport and what's on tops and everything else, fitness related, gaming related, and news related, everything else, and et cetera, et cetera. So, now to find out on my YouTube, especially, gotta get back to making my YouTube shorts. I haven't made a YouTube short in God knows how long. Last time I made a YouTube short on either one of my YouTubes, it's been a while since I made a YouTube short. It's been really over 6 months and counting. I'll get back to making those YouTube shorts. But anyways, so okay, guys, I end the video right there. This was a great long rant right here, obviously. So talking about the game industry and the sports industry and both of these times. It's the second bill will ball me, roasting J.L. and Patrick Paul, LeBron might be the go guys. So that video will come up shortly after roast J.L. and Patrick. That second bill's coming up shortly because I got about to say the J.L. and Patrick on that too. LeBron's bragging about his so-called channel. He has 2 YouTube channels, from what I know. But one who got the final score, he's bragging about this because he's a so-called self-proclaimed GOAT that he's not. Pun intended. I'll talk to you about that in the second video. But okay, guys, I'm the video right there. Then, anyways, so I'll see y'all on PS5 Distance Edition. I'll continue to play on Cloud, but I'll see y'all on PS5 Distance Edition in 2028, 2029. Yeah, deuces. Once I start saying it for October though. So I'll see y'all on PS5 Distance Edition in 2020, 2029. Yeah, deuces. Controversy damn on that I got this one because Sony still did to me either. So I'll see y'all on PS5 Distance Edition in 2028, 2029. Yeah, deuces.